What's happening, people? Welcome to the Manc Talk. We are back with another episode. I'm with the man, the main man. Big Steve is in the building. Big Steve, do you notice anything different here?
I've noticed you've been fucking about with some. You've noticed though, yours is like a rubber bit shit and bent, and mine's like
No,
solid.
listen.
Mine's like solid. Innit?
Don't disrespect the great badge. You know, we've had our badge. You've got a new badge.
What is that
made
of? Is that like foam or something? That's like one of them WWE ones, you know, them foam hands like that. You know what I mean? This is the real one. Listen.
Yeah, the real one, and they had to change. When did you change it? When did you change
solid
it?
Solid as a rock,
you know,
mate.
Plastic.
That's soft, a bit like their team, innit? A bit soft-centered.
We don't change our history. Some people change our history.
Soft-centered than that, you know what I mean? Don't put it anywhere near a match, it might go up.
Listen, we're here, people. Big up to you. Ronaldo's here, even though he was missing last night. But we are going to talk everything football.
Oh, that's where he is. I wondered where he was.
Yeah, he's right there, mate. You know what I mean? He's gone missing. So can someone find Ronaldo, mate? Because I don't know where he was last night for the game. But we're going to start with the big news. Antonio. And Toby
gone.
And Toby gone, mate. You know, that you know what? I'm shocked here. I'm not really shocked that they lost to Burnley last night because it could have happened. But
I'm shocked they beat us.
Yeah, they beat us, yeah?
Fucking hell.
Now, you know what it is here? Now I look at that on hindsight.
It makes it worse.
Was City that bad?
Makes it
or
worse.
Tottenham that good?
Nah, do you know what? Obviously, Toby gets a lot of grief on the big six,
yeah.
And I give him loads. So he's got to literally roast me if he beats City at the Etihad. He's roast me. So we have the big six. I let him have his moment. But I said to him, look, it doesn't mean a great deal when you've just been beat off Southampton and Wolves, and you've gone to the Etihad and won. I'm sure to God he'd have swapped the win at the Etihad for points against Southampton and Wolves and Burnley. So the reality is, you know what I mean? Out of the last, 5 games, they've lost 4.
Lost 4.
That's relegation form. And the manager's been brought in.
Yeah.
He's a world-class manager, but he's not getting his own way there.
No, he's not. He's not happy, man. You know, it reminds me of the Mourinho era for us.
He don't want to be there. Have you seen him? The body language.
No.
Don't want to talk about the game. Just wants to talk about the results of the last few games.
You know what? We're gonna break it down for you people, one bit by bit. I don't want to comment on the game. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
You've just lost, mate. You should comment about the game. The Tottenham fans want to hear about the game, but he doesn't say that. He goes, I don't want to comment on the situation. In the last 5 games, we lost 4 times. The reality is not performance, not space, no space.
Listen, there's big problems there. Toby was singing Antonio, said it was one of the greatest moments he's ever done. He's got Conte. The reality is, it's not going to plan. January window, we had a chance to bring in players. Apparently, he wanted older players. I said that anyway. You look at who he bought for Inter Milan. He likes to bring in older players who he can trust, who he can mould a team round. Tottenham don't want to go down that road. Daniel Levy wants players who've got value, who've got sell-on value. End of story. There's always going to be a clash with Daniel Levy. You know what I mean? It's like that. I think the Tottenham fans have got to wake up, smell the coffee and realise that Daniel Levy is the problem. If a manager like Antonio Conte, who is in his prime, can come into your club and end up looking like he looked last night in front of the TV cameras, there's a problem there. And at the end of the day, you're going to lose probably the best manager they've ever had. They're going to lose him because I think the chairman stuck in. He's just a money man.
But that's what clubs are, though. And Levy is a money man. Them billionaire owners in America, they've told him, get us a new stadium, give us expensive hot dogs, give us our own
But
beer.
You've got to have somebody who's a liaison between the board and the manager. City's got Ferran and Tixi, right?
Yeah.
No doubt about it, Pep Guardiola, over these last 6 years, probably had meltdowns. He's probably said he wants to quit. He's probably had a wobble. But what you need is that man who can say, let him fucking calm down.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Let's speak to him in the morning. Go in the morning and go, have you calmed down yet, Pep? Come here, give us a fucking cuddle. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Done. That's what you need.
Yeah, of course.
That Conte, you look at the Spurs documentary, we've seen it with Mourinho. Do you know what I mean? We've seen
They're
it.
playing up to the cameras, man.
There's a lot of problems at Tottenham Hotspur. Whether the Tottenham fans like it or not, there's a lot of problems there. You only have to look at Toby for the whole season. The guy, he's bordering on depression.
Mate, I told him, man, I said to him, get home safe, mate. You know what I mean? You went to Burnley, get home safe, and that's a long drive. You know what I mean? You know what reminds me about Spurs, yeah? Is, when you've got like a beautiful house, you feel like everything's on the outside, it's looking pretty, but inside it's broken, it's a shithole. It's a broken house. You don't speak to your wife. It's, you know what I mean? It's very, very dark. It's dull. It's, inside your heart and your emotion is black But outside of it, everyone assumes that you've got the world and you live in the world and you live in the life.
Listen, it doesn't make it. Like
and that's
I say,
the reality.
That result last night at Burnley, I said that if you go and get beat off Burnley, what's it all been about? You know what I mean? It is what it is. Listen, City's own fault for getting beat off them.
Of course, You know, that's what I was saying to you. It was your own fault, 100%. And a lot of players didn't turn up, and the defence was bad. But then he keeps on saying, the reality is we lost the four out of the 5 games. No one deserves this type of situation. The club, me, players, and the fans, this is the reality. I came in to improve the situation at Tottenham, but in this moment, I don't know. I'm not so good to improve the situation. Wow.
You don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that.
You don't want to hear that. As a Tottenham fan, you don't want to hear that. Do you know what I mean?
But that's just crazy, because in the day you would assume Conte is a maverick, is a man manager, is someone who's hungry. But he said it at Tottenham that he was here. Sorry, he said it at Chelsea. He was here to win. He left.
It's all right running around the pitch and jumping in the dugout at the Etihad on Saturday and fist pumping the fans as if you're the second coming of fucking Jesus, and then sat in the press conference after Burnley looking down all sorry with your coffee saying, I don't know what to do. Hold on a minute. Well, last week you were jumping around like you won the league.
And also last week, do you know what he said? He said this is the best group of players I've worked with.
Yeah, he's full of shit. At the end of the day, he's full of shit. The Tottenham fans who must be going to work thinking, I ain't got a clue what this manager's going on about.
Yeah. You know what, though? You know what it is? We have to show two sides of the story. Yes, Tottenham are in a shit situation. But last week, I'm not even kidding you, someone said it on Twitter today, and I seen the quotes, I was like, nah, that's not right. He said it, I think it was on the 20th of February, he said, it's the best group of players I've worked with. That, yeah. You seen it, innit? Yeah.
I thought he was just defending his players. I thought he's taking the pressure off his players with that. But listen, there's problems there. We can go Tottenham, you could do a 2-hour show on it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
For me, it's very frustrating because I knew we were working hard, working a lot, trying to get the best out of every single player. The reality is, I'm too honest to close my eyes. Okay, on Saturday, we'll go to play another game. It's the right moment to see, what's the situation, to make an assessment. And I repeat, I'm really frustrated and I'm not being faced with this type of situation.
The reality is this. If you come up against Manchester City are throwing a kitchen sink at you, and you picked us off.
Yeah.
Right? You come up against Burnley, they're sat back, defending like Tottenham defended at the Etihad and saying, come on, you're Tottenham, break us down.
Yeah.
They can't do it. Wolves the same, come and break us down, couldn't do it. Southampton came back, beat them. And at the end of the day, we played right into their hands. I just don't know how we did that. That's down to Pep, but it is what it is.
I just look at the situation, right, and I just think it's a very, very precarious situation now. For me, he looks like he wants out. He's almost saying to Daniel Levy, sack me. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Sack me. I don't want to be here.
I think he'll walk away.
I think he will. And you know what, man?
Walk away.
Tottenham are in the mud because Tottenham will not get another manager like him. And they can go back to, for me, a Pochettino. That's not the same Pochettino.
They won't get a manager because no manager's going to look at that job and think, well, I'm not going there. If he can't handle it, I'm not handling it.
Exactly. So what did Tottenham do as a model then? Did they go back to this pretending that they're a small club maybe, or a club that...
go back to being Tottenham, but where they've been for the last 20 years? Do you know what I mean? They have the odd result every season, which they get gassed about.
Yeah.
They don't win any trophies, and they keep telling us they've got the best stadium in Europe. Who gives a fuck? That's
what I'm saying. It's a franchise. You're looking at what they're trying to do. They're always trying to compete with the thing with the NFL. They want to get that, They want to make sure that the stadium's the best in the world. Like I said to you, Tottenham, for me, they haven't got their ambitions in check.
And I think it's going to get worse. I think Harry Kane's going to leave.
There you go. This was the one where you look at Harry Kane and you think, Harry Kane, show ambition. Antonio Conte, you're thinking, right, that's it now. But then now you've slapped Harry Kane in the face now.
I think Harry Kane's going United.
You know what? Someone said that,
I think if City get Haaland, Kane goes to United.
The thing is, I'd rather have Haaland than Kane.
Yeah, but I don't think, no disrespect, I don't think Haaland's going to go to United. I just don't think he's going to go
there. The thing with me with Kane, though, is that I understand he's still a world-class striker. But right now, what United are looking for, he's 29, you know what I mean? He's not getting any younger. And also, it's the fact that how does the next manager want to play? If the next manager is Ten Hag, I don't think United go get to Harry Kane. And Ten Hag wants Harry Kane. He wants a striker who is very, very fluid. He can play in that system and he's going to be pressing a lot of time. Can he do that? That's the situation. But then when you look at it, he's got that West Ham Haller playing up front and he's scoring the goals. So maybe it could work. But I just think, you know what, man? Toby, oh mate, Toby. You know what I mean? Like from there, the highs to now the lows.
Life comes at you fast, doesn't it?
Life comes at you fast, Toby. And
One
this
minute
is it.
you- one
Remember
minute
your
you party.
DMs? You see your DMs after the show finished?
1 minute you're partying in Manchester, living life, sipping pina coladas and then Rev the Cuba. Next minute you're getting slated off Burnley fans going over the hills in the snow, going back home with your tail between your legs, and your manager wants to leave. That is literally how fast life can turn shit.
That's how fast life can turn you. But people, let me know in the comments, man. Antonio Conte, is he a person who will be walking away? You know what I mean? Let's see, man. Let's see, people. But it's very, very precarious. Bentancur as well has got an injury. You know what I mean? And then, for me, that's their season done for me. Talk about games in hand. Nah, mate. I think Antonio Conte's checked out. Tottenham, for me, they're inconsistent, like I said to you. It's all right doing it at City away. You know what I mean? But when you need to win the game, you weren't there for me. So, and that's that. But, move over to United. By the way, people, keep liking the video and keep subscribing to the channel. United yesterday got away with murder, man. You know what I mean? I remember the voice notes and that, and you were like, oh, man, what's going on, this and that. Man, we got away with it. And there's a lot of United fans saying to me, you're being reactionary and all that. And I'm just like for me, yeah, I don't like this generation here where you score a goal and you forget the performance.
Yeah, people do that.
But I just don't know. Because I fell in love with football, right? Without stats, without this and that. When I see my team play shit, after a 1-1, if you told me 1-1 back in the day, and you'd be like, oh, that was shit performance.
To be honest, because it's a cup competition.
Yeah, I know.
It's not the end of the world.
I know.
If you said before the game, you'll get
Point.
a 1-1 there
Yeah.
finger, and go back to Old Trafford. There's no away goals or out like that. It's a good result.
Yeah, it's a good result, yes. But the problem is with United, though, these performances, it's a habit. And it's like,
you'll beat them at Old Trafford.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, the thing is with me, though, I still think it's in a balance. I still think United...
I don't think Atletico Madrid are that good. And I think, to be honest, they made the United look worse. But listen,
yeah, they did,
these games where I've seen City play poor and get a result.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't overdo it. The positives from it is the kid up front, Elanga.
Yeah.
For me, I like him because he's humble. He doesn't think he's a superstar, and he looks like a kid that every time he gets his chance, he just wants to win.
Yeah.
And they got as soon as they got through, I thought, you know what, the kid's going to score because he's got something. And what you've got to be careful of is Man United fans not gassing him up too much. We've seen it with Januzaj. We've seen it with fucking Machado. Oh, he's this, he's that. United fans get too excited about him. Yeah. Let him be a kid. Let him just do what he's doing. And then you get there. We've seen it with Mason Greenwood, and then he had a dip, and now look at him. And then you've seen it with Sancho. Now he had one good game, and then you're calling out on the big six that we need to respect him. You know what I mean?
No.
You're part of the fucking problem.
No, I'm not part of the problem.
Stop gassing the players up. You're
I'm not gassing the players up.
Just calm down.
I just want a bit of respect for players.
Hold on a minute. The other night you said we should respect La Pog Boom. Where the fuck was Le Pog gone last night? Because he was Le Pog missing?
No. Listen, the whole team was missing. I don't want to single out players.
No, but hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You said he's one of the best.
You just got an agenda with Pogba, and now it's your time to say it. I told you so. I told you so.
You said he's one of the best, right?
Yeah.
Aren't the best supposed to turn up?
Yeah, they are supposed to turn up.
But you went in on Kevin De Bruyne, but Kevin De Bruyne tore.
Yeah, but also
he's tore Sporting Lisbon apart the other night.
Yeah, but again, that's a whole team that's played collectively well. That yesterday, nobody turned up. So if Paul Pogba didn't turn up, I'm giving him criticism right on it, and I'm rightly so giving criticism. I'm Bruno, but nobody turned up. That's the problem with United, and that's why
these are the games you should turn up in.
Yeah, of course.
Even if your team plays bad, your star players can turn up and drag you to a result.
Absolutely.
But you took a young kid to come on and
young kid,
first
and you know what? Fair play.
Score.
Fair play, he did well. But for me, what the problem with United fans is I'm past singling out players. I want a collective performance, and so many players didn't turn up. And for me, one of the big ones yesterday for me is Marcus Rashford. And you know what, people? I think I'm at the end of my tether. I really, really am. I'm seriously looking at this, and I'm thinking in the summer, United, they've got to cut their losses. For me, I'd sell him. And you know what? People can look at me and think, yeah, you're mad, this and that, it can get better. I think we've seen the best of Marcus Rashford. I'm really, really honest with you guys. I think for me, the yard of pace is gone. Savage beat him to a foot race. Savage twice in the game beat him to a foot race. He's lost that explosiveness. The confidence is gone. He looks like a broken man. I don't know what's wrong with him, yeah? But for me, I don't know if his football priorities have changed. and now he's lost the love for football. I don't know. But for me, Marcus Rashford, for me, if Man United want to improve and Man United want to get places, for me, I don't think Marcus Rashford is part of that. You can call me and you can say I'm harsh for me, but I look at a player in decline. I really, really do. I look at a player in decline. We had loads of players like that. And for me, when you see that player when he's on that decline, for me, you got to say to yourself, you know what? Marcus Rashford, you've been a good servant, whatever. You do things out of football, and you know what? Brilliant. But football-wise, it's absolutely... He looks average. He looks average. And he did... If he did, never got his pace...
Maybe he was always average, but this is what I'm talking about. Don't use gas him up to being a superstar.
I don't know about you. I've been calling about 2 years. You see me at Newcastle.
Yeah, but I remember he come on the scene. He's never really struck me as being a great player, but you keep playing him, so I think fair enough, play him. You know what I mean? He's a speed demon. Yeah, I get that, but he doesn't bring anything to the table. Does he get in any other top 4 team? No. Does he get in any other top 4 squad? Yeah. No. So at the end of the day, he's not good enough. But this is what Man United fans struggle to do. They struggle to cut themselves off from players. They get too attached to him. And then you can't say anything bad about him because, you're slating him. Open your eyes and look and think, is he good enough to take Man United to the next level? No. Is he good enough for a championship winning team to win the league? No. End of the day, thanks a lot, Marcus Rashford, for what you've done. But we've grown a little bit now. Man United's levels are going up and up. The reason he's been playing is because your levels have been so low.
Yeah, you know what? Bottom line. Same with Luke Shaw as well. For me, another one. You know what I mean? 7 years at this football club, and he's struggling against...
He had one good 6 months in 7 years. And they say he was the fucking best thing since sliced
bread. Shaw Carlson was saying...
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying about the fan base. The United fan base is gas. A lot of them are kids. A lot of them are young kids. Though, innit? It's not me. You know what I mean? They don't see the football. They just see the name and all that. You know what I mean? And that's
but we're living in this era now where this is the problem. You know what I mean? And listen, we could have certain favourites and whatnot. But for me, when the time is to see reality, the reality is for me, Luke Shaw and Marcus Rashford, for me, they're not good enough anymore. And for me, it's time to go. I'm sorry now. United have got to look forward. You know, we need to be serious in this rebuild. If United want to get anywhere, catch the likes of Man City, Liverpool, and all these teams here that are trying to chase up to the top here, United have got to be ruthless. Cut your losses.
Will they though?
That's the problem. Will they though? Because at the end of the day, it's Glazeonomics. It's about keeping players and saving money, and then later on saying, you know what, right, we could just get one position in because we've got Marcus Rashford who's been here since he was a kid. You know what, we're not going to, you know, if we lose.
But this Elanga kid's showing him up a bit now.
He's showing him up, man. You know what, yeah? Listen, he hasn't got the greatest ability in the world, but he's got a lot of desire, he's got a lot of hunger, and he wants to play.
Listen, if he's scoring goals, you know, Rashford's... Maybe it's time to freshen it up, so it might be one of them, like Rashford go, Elanga takes his spot.
Yeah. And you know what? Fair play to Rangnick giving him praise because, you know, there's always that player, but I feel like Elanga's that player when Rashford came through. You know, at the start, remember when Van Gaal came through? But it's all about Elanga now maturing. Now,
but he's got to be let mature. People lay off his case. Stop comparing him. I've seen one this morning. Elanga stats, Grealish stats. I'm like, you
don't get rattled, man. Don't get rattled.
But they're starting again. They're starting again. The kid's come on and scored 2 goals. He's a striker. They're comparing him to Grealish, who plays on the left. Come on, man. This is the Man United problem. You're gassing your players up too much. Why did they not compare Elanga to Mahrez?
Well, there you go.
Why not comparing Elanga to Sterling?
They don't want to.
We'll just do it to Grealish because we classed him as a flop. Come on, let the kid Elanga play his football and enjoy it. Yeah. Stop comparing him because then people are that stupid. They start comparing him.
No, I get what you mean. Let him be. Let him mature.
Let him be, man.
You know what? To be fair, he's coming off the bench. He's doing his bit, yeah. And you know what? Props to Elanga, man. Like
he had an interview last night and he sounded a really humble kid.
Yeah, he is.
I thought, keep him on the ground, look after him, wrap him in cotton wool, stop fucking gassing your players up. Januzaj, we've got Januzaj, the best thing since sliced bread. Machado, he's going to be this, going to be that. He ended up at fucking Cardiff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But you know what, to be fair though, I'll never forget
I did say Marcus Rashford would end up at Sunderland. I said that on one of the shows years ago. And they were like, well, I went, he fucking will. Because I'm just telling you, that is the truth.
You know what?
You gassed him up about...
No, you know the thing is, for me, people can understand me. I've been calling Marcus Rashford for 2 years. Listen, I've had people on my neck...
Like you, does his brother...
Yeah, listen, they know what I mean. I don't know what's going on here, but I put out a Home Truths out 2 years ago, and I said, was he worth £200,000 a week? And I absolutely got slated. I was ran down on Trafford.
At the time, United was poor. The levels had dropped so much that they panicked and thought we need to keep Rashford. He's Man United through and through. He's homegrown. He was playing for England. He's doing all the right things off the pitch. He's a great model and all that. But when you actually take a step back now, you're thinking, hold on a minute, we're getting left behind now. Let's look at his ability. Let's look what he's doing in games. He's doing nothing. This Alanga kid's come in now. Is this the time where we say, look, Rashford, I'm just going to be honest with you, you're down the pecking order now. Alanga's taking place.
But you look at players like we had Danny Welbeck, right? And
Welbeck's
there was a time where we thought, right, Danny Welbeck wasn't, hitting the heights where we'd expect. He didn't kick on. And you know what? Things don't happen in life, innit? When you're looking at players like, Theo Walcott, like, I don't know, Daniel Sturridge, all these players, like, I'm not saying they're similar in ability, but they almost tail off. I don't know what it is with the English players. I don't know if it's just they can't hold the expectation.
The hunger goes as well. Some hunger goes as well.
Was it the money?
I think sometimes it's the money, but I just think sometimes players just get found out. Different movements in it. There's certain strikers in City's last 10 years that won't get anywhere near this team now. And that's all it is. But we loved them back then because that's the level we was at.
Exactly.
Craig
100%.
Bellamy, Adebayor, people like that, Rocky Santa Cruz. Yeah, at the time they were sweet, but we had to know when the time was right. We're better than that now. Sell them. Bring in the next level, Aguero, Tevez, Balotelli, Dzeko. Then we step it up. You're in that transition now. You've got Ralph Rangnick in, he's come in. He seems to be sorting everything out.
And he's not afraid to take people off.
No, you do look a lot better outfit. So now it's the time to, let's drop the deadwood. And Ronaldo, there's a big decision to be made with Ronaldo. At the end of the day, he's come in, it's not quite worked out, right?
Mate.
As a football financial
That's why I put him over there.
Financial point of view, it's been great. But you've got to look now beyond that and think he's taking someone's place now.
Yeah, he is.
He's taking someone's place. Could we get him out and could we get Harry Kane in? And could you have Harry Kane up front next season with Alanga as a backup? Things like that. And then sacrifice Ronaldo for it.
No, I think for me, like I said to you, Ronaldo project hasn't worked. It's worked in patches, good feel factors, last minute winners. And
I think Ronaldo, if you got him, honestly, he would admit that it's not worked. He was throwing his arms about a bit last night again.
No, mate, because in the day he's been, when you look at the highest level now, can Ronaldo do it consistently?
He should be going to fucking Miami FC with David Beckham. In the sun.
But he thinks he's better than that, though.
But he's not no more. Someone needs to tell him that, innit? So someone needs to tell Alex Ferguson, if he's got any balls about him, might have to say
will probably
to him,
give him a 5-year
do you know
contract.
what, Alex? You know what, Ronaldo? You need to go, man. It's not worked out. You know what I mean?
No, it hasn't, because you know what it is. It's just it's like I don't know, man. It's like it's like having Paul Dickoff, right? I'm not comparing Paul Dickoff to Ronaldo, but what I'm trying to say to you is it's having one of the players who it was past it, or
we had him back the second time.
Yeah,
and it was never the same.
It's never the same, but it's just like you can have a legend.
Don't
right?
get me wrong, Ronaldo's.
No, but I'm trying to say though, you can have a legend at a football club, but when his legs are gone and he's past it, then you put him around a team where they're trying to be more functioning. It's like, does that make sense to you?
There's a lot of players as well that will be scared of saying out to him.
No. You know what? That perfect scenario. Aguero. Forget Paul Dickoff. Aguero. Aguero, would he work now at Man City?
No, and that's why we got rid of him.
That's why you got rid of him.
But listen, we got rid of our greatest ever striker and to play with no striker. So imagine how much Aguero feels. They didn't even say, look, we're getting rid of you and replacing you with him. And he could go, well, fair enough, he's better than me.
Yeah.
They replaced him with no one. So Aguero's like, fuck me. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. But we knew when to cut him. Yaya Toure was a monster, Premier League great. He dragged us so many times. But then he started falling over on the floor. He started faking a little injuries. He started getting dragged about. He wasn't tracking back. That's when we knew, even though we didn't want it to happen, we knew it was his time. And Pep went, you're gone. Leroy Sané, I'm not 100% at City. I think I want to go to Bayern Munich. Go to Bayern Munich. Ferran Torres, I don't like it in Manchester. Okay, you can go, mate, no problem. That's the way with City, we cut them loose. Vincent Kompany, heartbreaking. Zabaleta, heartbreaking. But there's a time when you've got to go, the manager knows best. But at United, I don't think anyone's willing to make them decisions. I think there's players there who've been Mata, Matic, Shaw, Smalling, Phil Jones, all been there 2-3 years longer than they ever should have been.
Exactly, and that's the problem with United. And that's where, for me, like I said to you, there has to be a massive clear out.
Until they get someone in that role who's ruthless, who the players think, if I don't perform,
you know what,
they're going to have me.
Conte might be running to that United job.
A director of football, someone who can say, you can sit down with the manager and go, right.
I've got this weird feeling that United go all in now for Conte. And I think for me, if I'm being really honest with you, I think United shouldn't. Because you know why? Because it'll be the same Mourinho thing where he makes the players depressed, and you know what? Maybe for the good of them, because at the end of the day they need a rollicking. But then what happens in United? They bloody hell, it's a bit of a mess here, innit? It'll work. Then your manager comes in and says, you know what? I'm gonna get a fun guy in. Who was that fun guy last time? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I bet you in a minute there'll be another fun guy coming out of nowhere.
They've got to have somebody lined up.
You know what I mean? And that'll probably be Darren Fletcher or Michael Carrick.
What about Ragnick as full time?
Let me ask you, this is my unpopular opinion. For me, yeah, when you look at like a manager, if Man United are not making a decision and they can't get Pochettino, they can't get Ten Hag, I'm willing for me to give Ragnick another year.
Do you not think that's the plan all the time? Because the way they said, oh, he's an interim, we're going to get someone in the summer. Do you not think they're thinking,
maybe
right, we'll bring Ragnick in, things improve, the fans take to him, and at the end of the season...
I've taken to Ragnick. Whether there's a long-term approach, that remains to be seen. But for me, Ragnick, if United didn't have a decision to make, and United couldn't get Ten Hag until next summer because his contract runs out in 2023, if Ten Hag said, no, I'm staying one more year, I'd rather give Ragnick one more year than Ten Hag comes in the following summer. That would be my kind of plan. Because I look at Pochettino, and I think he's running to the Tottenham job now. He's looking at thinking, I'm back home now. But then again, I don't think he's got the magic anymore to take Tottenham to where they are. They had a prime Eriksen, prime Dele Alli, Son of his peak of his powers. They had a proper team then. And now it's not the same team. He's probably got better hot dogs there, but it's not the same team. But that's that, people. Liverpool 6. I know it's only Leeds because everyone's smashing Leeds, but Liverpool, man, you got to say, man, they're looking good. Are they? You know what I mean?
They've been good all season. I think someone said, "Oh, you lost a 12-point lead." We didn't lose a 12-point lead. They had 2 games in hand.
Yeah, 2 games in hand. Yeah,
we've lost against Tottenham. It's 3, so we're 3.
Are you now 3 points behind? No,
they're 3 points behind. Yeah, and it's level now. So it's 3 points behind. They've got a better goal difference after that 6 last night.
I was going to say that. My little brother was like, "Oh, our goal difference is..."
Listen, it is what it is. But I did say on the big 6, mate. People do not listen.
You know what? I'm going to back up, Steve.
You did say that. On me in my DMs. We're coming for you. I said, I did tell you that.
You did say that.
Because listen, there's going to be twists and turns, and I think there might be some more twists and turns coming up in the next few weeks. It depends how we bounce back. We've been in this situation before. We've chased Man United down and won it. We've chased Liverpool down.
Is that the thing though, psychologically? Would you rather chase it?
I like to chase. Personally, I like to chase. I just think when you're chasing, the pressure on the leading team, you're always looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, true.
And I think I like to chase me. In the title races I've been in, I like to chase.
Yeah.
When we've been at the top, and you've got to win every week. I find the pressure, especially from a fan as well. Going every week, you're thinking fucking hell. And the way we are at the minute with
Luis Diaz, man, looking good.
No striker.
Yeah.
If a team sets up like Tottenham did,
that's what I'm saying.
Defence, we're struggling to get through.
Yeah.
Wolves came set up, we struggled to get through. We got a penalty. Southampton set up, we couldn't get through. Crystal Palace set up, we couldn't get through. So. There's going to be teams as well. There's going to be teams now though that are fighting for relegation. They're going to want points, so that's how they're going to set up.
And you know what this Premier League's like? Every pundit is a Liverpool fan. Do you see Woodgate on Match of the Day? You know what I mean? Like, you know what it is? Yeah, I've just got a feeling teams are going to bend over for Liverpool and just almost like be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Let's give Liverpool the 3 points.
Listen. All them Liverpool fans, Grizz Khan, James Redmond, all them boys, they thought the league was over. They were all saying, "No, Man City's won the league."
You should have seen Grizz Khan last night, not Pep.
Now they're 3 points behind. They're all jumping around, but that shows you how insecure they really are. Because where was the chest when you're chasing down, innit? I said it from the day one, we're going to win the league. From day one, and we will win the league. But you're now all coming in, we're coming for you, Steve, and all that bullshit. Where was that 2 weeks ago? Because it wasn't there.
No, it wasn't.
I thought you had Jurgen and all this. Fucking old Jurgen there, he's got the grindy teeth out again, fist pumping the cock. You're all lapping it up like fucking wankers. You know what I mean? You ever see Pep Guardiola do that? He don't need to do that. Pep Guardiola just gets the trophies in the cabinet. He don't have to fist pump the cock. He don't have to run around gritting his teeth and all that. What the fuck's that about? I know there's a calcium problem in Liverpool because the last few managers that have been there have ended up having teeth jobs, innit? Brendan Rodgers ended up with a brand new set of Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And fucking Jurgen Klopp's got a brand new set of Eddie Murphys. Where did they come from? Eh? You know what I mean? And whiskey pegs he turned up with aren't the ones he's got now, are they? Do you know what I mean? I know it's a big on Liverpool. Listen, I know it's big on Liverpool. I've got no hair, innit, man? I've got no hair, but I'm not going down the Liverpool route. And you know what I mean? I'm not turning up for Leroy Sané.
Fresh veneers.
I'm not coming up for Leroy Sané, am I? Nah, do you know why I ain't got veneers? Because I brush my teeth, innit? Innit, Liverpool, get every morning, twice a day, get up, bit of Colgate, bit of water,
I'm dead,
Jurgen Klopp, brush your teeth, our kid. No wonder Pep doesn't hug him at the end, innit? Imagine what he's smelling like there. Do you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, man. These Scousers, listen, carry on. You're in the title race, but remember, we're top of the league. You might come at us all you want, innit? Come at us all you want. I don't care.
Steve, man. Stop.
I'm just saying, innit?
Oh my God, I'm dead.
Listen, the title's going to the wire, and I like it that way. It gives you a bit of oomph. It gives you something to think about.
Yeah.
And listen,
but you're saying they've got to live up to it. Then live up to it.
Yeah, the best team at the end of the season will win the league. Whether that's Man City, whether that's Liverpool. At the end of the season, we'll sit there, and you've got to take your hat off to the team that wins the league. So if we win it, I expect you to take the hat off. If Liverpool win it, I'll take my hat off to him. But at the end of the day, we're in a good position. They'd rather be in our position. We're 3 points ahead, same games. So we keep on moving. There's plenty of games left, plenty of twists and turns. And like you say, you only have to see by the results. Burnley beating Tottenham beating City. Burnley going to Brighton.
Yeah, true.
Watford beating Villa.
True.
Watford got beat 4-1 at Palace last night. It's a Premier League. You're in the final stretch. Things are going to happen. So just as you think you might be getting a run, a spanner might go in the works. That's what happened with us, with Tottenham. But who's to say that's not going to happen with Liverpool?
This is a mad weekend, though. You know what I mean? Everton. You know what, man? Everton away are absolute rubbish. Everton at home have picked up a few good results.
They have. And obviously they got a new manager.
Yeah, Lampard. They might play low block. You don't know. You've got a decent record, obviously, against Lampard, Guardiola. Are you confident? Are you nervous?
No, listen, I'm confident, but the nerves are there now because it's a title race. But I like that. You always, in that last 10 games, you always get that nervous. If you haven't got them nerves in your stomach, then you're not in the title race. But you've got to back your team.
Yeah.
And with Manchester City, the way we've been the last few years, you've got to back your manager and back your team. We know what it's like to be in the race. We know what it's like. We've never lost the title race where we've been close.
Yeah.
We've either caught them and won it, or we've kept ahead and won it. But at the end of the day, it's close. It's going to go to the wire.
No, I think it is, man. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, Liverpool, they've got the bit between their teeth now. Obviously, no pun intended.
They've got a great attack, dangerous attack, and they look like they're going to score goals every single game. Manchester City at the minute, we're passing teams to death and we're winning games. We haven't got that striker. I did say beginning of the season there'd be certain games where we need a striker. It looked like we were going to coast it with no striker, but there is them games, like you say, where you could do with just...
Yeah.
But Pep's not like that. He won't launch the ball in the box. I mean, Liverpool have brought on Irriga.
Yeah.
Launched it, and Irriga scored. Wolves away, I think it was 0-0.
Yeah, Wolves away, that 1 minute last minute.
We haven't got that. We don't do that. You never see us throw the ball in the box in the last minute. We do it in the middle of the game.
And when Sterling, is having a great game, then you've got Maris to kind of pick up the pieces. It's like, there's a lot of things that are happening, and it's like, you know... And your bench as well, like you know, maybe Hugh was right, you know. And I said to him, you know, your bench is looking a bit, you know, because he talked about you not having a small squad, you know. And when I said, but you're Man City, when I looked at his squad, your bench isn't the best, you know. Jesus is out, someone else is out who's injured.
Palmer's out. We had a lot of academy kids on the bench for the last 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Your bench isn't great now. They've got Diaz. They've got Firmino off the bench. You've got Thiago off the bench.
No, they've got a good.
But they always say they've got injuries, mate.
I like Diaz because he's like a bundle of energy. When you bring him on, as soon as he gets the ball, he's straight on you. He never passes backwards. He's always forward. And when you've got a player like that coming at you, say you've defended at Anfield and you're doing really well, and you bring someone on like that, it's disheartening. So he's going to give them a boost. And at the end of the day, listen, it is what it is, but. It's a title race. That's what you're in title races for. You need to feel that thing.
Feels
we
good,
could be
man.
Fucking 5th or 6th, and the season's finished, and you go into the game for nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to every game now, and it's a 6-pointer.
Yeah, of course.
Home, away, the nerves.
But you know what it is though. That April game's gonna be crazy no matter what. But hopefully the title race goes into that end. You've just got to do one thing.
Things will
I know
happen
it's
before
kind of crazy, but we can't allow Liverpool to win the league. And this is, for me, this Liverpool Chelsea that he's doing. I'm not doing that, but you know. Man City, you know what I mean? Like I said to you, it's been a work. It's like when Finger said to Gary Neville, it's like two of your best mates trying to rob your house. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody to rob your house, do you? No. And it's like that's what it feels like. But Man City, if Liverpool win that league, that's 20 times. Our song's gone now. 20 times is gone. So it's going to be interesting, but we'll see, man. We'll see. It's going to be a crazy game. Arsenal play tonight, so obviously. Hopefully they drop points, but it's going to be crazy. This top 4 race, relegation battle, Burnley, man. Look, nobody's talking about Burnley.
Done well, man. Done well. You know what I mean? He's got He's got a tune out of him. They've signed a big fella, Vigorst, up front. He just suits Burnley to the T. He gets what Burnley's about. He gets what they're on. They've actually done an upgrade on Wood, I think.
Yeah.
Newcastle would be better signing him because he's an animal, him.
There you go. Maybe they've done a better job.
I think they have done. And listen, Burnley, I don't mind
Leeds
Burnley.
might get relegated, you know.
Listen, let me talk about him.
Yeah, but bucket.
The Muppet on a bucket.
Yeah.
And you all slated me for it, right? But the Muppet on the bucket, you've just lost to Man United at home, yeah? And he's just sat there on his bucket again while Liverpool have put 6 past you. Manchester City put 7 past you. Where does it end for Leeds fans? How long are you going to suffer this fool drinking coffee on a bucket? At the end of the day, you're not seeing Norwich getting it for 6 and 7. You're not seeing Burnley getting it for 6 or 7. You're not getting Newcastle it for 6 or 7. But you're Leeds United with the greatest coach in the world because Pep Guardiola once said it while he might have been pissed. And Jurgen Klopp, apparently, he's the daddy of all football. He teaches them all this. He teaches them fuck all because all he does is sit on a bucket and look at the floor. Now, and while you're sat there lapping it up, while he's sat there lapping it up, they're going down.
I know, yeah.
And then they're going to go like that. Fucking hell, it took us how many years to get up and we've gone down because we trusted Bielsa.
Yeah.
The guy's not got a clue. He's prehistoric. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. Get rid of him. His next job will be in the Argentinian 4th division with someone where he can sit on a bucket and no one gives a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Be real, Leeds fans.
He doesn't adapt. He doesn't give a shit.
Your great club is going down. The Swan down the shitter. Whatever it is, it's going down. The Man United game the other day, I thought it was going to be a cauldron of hate. It was the Leeds didn't turn up. The United fans turned up.
Yeah, United fans
and they had
turned
it, and they got the team over the line. Even at 2-2, you should have turned the notch up then and blew the doors off, but you didn't because you're looking at the Muppet on the bucket and he's not inspiring you.
Yeah.
He's not inspiring you at the end of the day. And Leeds fans can say all they want. I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? I tip Leeds to have a great season this season.
Yes.
And he proved
so why are you giving him the hate then?
No, because you know what I thought? You know what? He might have learned by his mistakes and turned it up or not. He's not. He does exactly the same thing, game in, game out. There's no plan B. He literally lets the team do what they fucking want. And then if it doesn't work, he don't change it.
Yeah, exactly. But it is going to be tense, man. Newcastle, I think, they're looking like they could come out of it. Everton, you're talking about, you know, Everton are in it, man. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, the title race is going to be up to the wire. The top 4 battle, and also and Wolves for me, they've got to win tonight as well because they're in the top 4 race as well. And he's looking like contender for manager of the year. That manager.
Listen, the Premier League is the most exciting in the world. I've said that. People always commenting in the middle of the season, it's a farmers' league. Look at it now.
Yeah.
Everyone's arse is going because you don't know whether you're getting relegated, you don't know if you're going to get in Europe, or you don't know if you're in a title race. And that is how you want it in a football league. That is how you want it.
Yep, absolutely. But we are going to wrap up the Manc Talk. We're here, we're live, people. You know what I mean? Please keep liking the video, keep sharing the video. It's a Manchester derby weekend, so we'll be outside the swamp. What do you call it?
I'm not going outside Old Trafford. The swamp's Old Trafford.
Yeah, well, we're going.
You're going to the Etihad, innit? So
we're going to the Etihad. You have to treat me out of there.
We've got Wi-Fi, innit?
Yeah, you have got Wi-Fi.
There you go, innit? Etihad's got Wi-Fi. Went Old Trafford, fucking hell.
Yeah, but to be fair, ours is on
transistor radio, innit?
But we are going to be there. I might bring my friend over. The one that does the Sue. You know what I mean? He said he's going to come over and do the Sue at the Etihad. Is he allowed?
He'll be getting his fucking jaw snapped. So I'll bring a friend over, so off camera I'll be getting chinned. I don't understand that, right? This is another thing. Why is the grown men in Man United shirts going to the Etihad in the daytime when there's no fucker there, sweeing in the car park? Stick to the sweeing in your own car park. Don't be coming to our car park. That's like me going to Tesco now with him and sweeing in Tesco car park, trying to get a reaction. Nobody gives a shit. You're making yourself look an idiot, mate. Yeah. Somebody needs to go and check his hard drive, innit?
Well, that's it, you know what I mean? So we'll be there next week outside the Etihad, and keep liking, subscribe to Big Steve's channel. Make sure we get him to 10k people. Subscribe to his channel, subscribe to Saeed TV. It's road to 50k people, and keep liking, and I'll see you soon, guys. Take care, bye-bye. Peace.